Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Hunter Houck, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I set up a crested gecko quarantine enclosure. So, I don't have a crested gecko, but I'm part of a reptile rescue called Crimson Exotics. I helped co-found it, and up until this point, I've just been working on the back end on the website and working with potential adopters. But now I'm finally ready to be able to foster, so I just like to have a couple of enclosures set up just in case. So I decided to set up a crested gecko quarantine enclosure. As you'll see in the video, I set it up in my room where I keep all my reptiles, right next to a leopard gecko enclosure. Now, remember, you should always quarantine a reptile when you get it. So once there's actually an animal in it, I will move it out of my room for the first quarantine period, which depends on the species. With geckos, it's usually about a month. Some people say 3 weeks, I still say a month, but remember, you should always quarantine an animal. So this enclosure is kind of basic because, for starters, it's just for a foster gecko, so it'll be in it max 2 months, and that way I can be able to take pictures of it to put on the website so that it can get adopted as quickly and as easily as possible. Also, I am standing in front of this wall because I just wanted to try out a new filming location, but I see there's a shadow, so we'll probably be filming back in the reptile room in the next video. So this enclosure is a 20-gallon long turned vertically, that's the word I'm looking for, and then I just have a screen lid with chips or clips on the top of that. I choose to do that especially for a foster gecko because it's significantly cheaper than getting like an Exoterra. An Exoterra of that size would probably cost $150 or $200, but this cost, the 20-gallon was $20, and then the lid was $13, so it's like $36 total as opposed to a couple $100. So it's definitely an economical option. So yeah. If you guys haven't heard of Crimson Exotics already, I would recommend checking out our website. I'll link that in the description, and following us on Instagram, because that's where we post a bunch of updates. We actually have a crested gecko that's getting ready to go up on the site pretty soon, and we have 2 leopard geckos up on the site at the time that I'm filming this, and they can be shipped anywhere in the United States. So go check out Crimson Exotics, and eventually I'll be fostering a crested gecko for Crimson Exotics. Now let's get into the video of me setting up the crested gecko quarantine enclosure. This enclosure is made out of a 20-gallon long tank flipped on its side, and then what I did was spray foam and then carve the spray foam and then cover it in silicone and then stick, it's actually an ABG mix on here, so it has lots of different substrates. And then I just siliconed a piece of acrylic here so that if I ever want to put loose substrate in here, I have a substrate barrier. So first, let's talk about substrates. Like I said, this is a quarantine enclosure, so it's super basic, which means paper towels, which don't hold humidity as well, so I will have to mist this enclosure more often. So I'm just going to do 2 paper towels. So the first thing other than paper towels, that I'll put in here is this fake bamboo. So it's good for a quarantine enclosure, but I wouldn't really use it for a permanent one just because I think they're ugly. They work just fine, but I just don't like how they look. Anyways, you can just put them however they want. And then it'll stick perfectly. Next, I'm going to put this cork round, which I got in my Chewy unboxing video. I got a lot of this stuff that I'm going to be putting in here in that video, actually. So I am going to add one more hide, but I just haven't decided where yet. So it won't be in this video, but before I end up fostering a crested gecko, it will go in there. Next up, time for some fake plants. They came in a bundle. I can't get it out. But anyways, they came in a bundle like this, but a bigger bundle. And so now I'm just going to poke them in here. That's the good thing about spray foam. You can just stick fake plants into it, and it kind of hides it when you pull them out. Okay, there's that. And then, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but there's a big spot that I missed with this, so I'm actually going to stick this back here. And then, the reason that there's a piece of tape here is because I already set this up once to plan it out before the video, and then I took everything apart. But anyways, this is a pothos from Flukers. Super cheap, super awesome, I love them. Anyways, it's $6 for 6 feet. Actually, it's a little more than $6, but yeah. Let me see, where did I poke this one? Now, I originally didn't plan on adding more than that into there, but I just feel like even with the other hide that I'm going to add eventually, this seal seems a little plain.
It's not for me to say you love. It's not for me to say you love. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, I would really encourage you to hit the thumbs up button. Leaving a like really does help my channel grow because that lets YouTube know to recommend it to more people. I would seriously appreciate that. If you haven't already, I would really also recommend following me on Instagram. We're getting really close to 1,000 followers on there, and when that happens, I will be launching my next line of merch. So if you want to see what that next line of merch looks like, you can go to shop.hunterhouck.com. The shop is actually closed right now, but at the very bottom, if you scroll down, you can actually see the merch design. So there's a little sneak peek of what will happen once we get to 1,000 followers on Instagram. If you haven't already, please leave a like, seriously, and subscribe to my channel so that you can see more of my videos. I really appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.